Every day, unseen forces are quietly draining your quantum energy, keeping you trapped in a cycle of exhaustion and disconnection. But what if I told you that by understanding this hidden dynamic, you could reclaim your energy and stop the theft once and for all? In this audiobook, we're going to reveal how to stop them before it's too late and restore your quantum power to its full potential. Quantum energy theft. Introduction. In a world governed by unseen energies, your quantum energy is your most valuable resource. It fuels your thoughts, emotions, and actions, shaping your reality in ways you may not even realize. Yet, like an invisible thief, this energy can be siphoned away by forces both external and internal, leaving you feeling drained, powerless, and disconnected from your true self. But this doesn't have to be your reality. What if the secret to stopping this energy theft isn't just about fighting back against external forces? It's about understanding how to protect and reclaim what is rightfully yours. Your quantum energy is the key to your vitality, creativity, and manifestation. Once you learn to harness it, you'll no longer feel like you're struggling to keep up with life. Instead, reality will start to flow to you effortlessly. This isn't a quick fix, nor is it a surface-level solution. This is about recognizing the subtle ways your energy is being drained and learning how to stop it before it's too late. The universe isn't working against you. It's simply waiting for you to understand the forces that govern it. And once you awaken to this truth, nothing can stand in your way. Are you ready to reclaim your quantum energy and take back your power? If yes, type "I reclaim my energy" in the comments to send a signal to the universe that you are awakening. And don't forget, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to join the movement of awakened minds who are breaking free from unseen energy drains. Chapter 1. The Quantum Energy Battlefield. Why your energy is being stolen. A silent battle is taking place all around you, one that most people never realize they are part of. This is not a war fought with weapons or technology, but with something far more powerful, human energy. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every moment of your attention generates a force that is either used by you or taken by something else. This battle is not random. It is a highly organized system where forces beyond your perception work to capture and redirect the energy you unconsciously give away. Most people go through life unaware that their very essence is being extracted, not just through physical labor or mental stress, but through their attention, emotions, and beliefs. Human consciousness is unique because it has the ability to create. Unlike other forms of life that operate purely on instinct or programming, human beings can manifest, imagine, and transform reality simply by focusing their awareness. This makes you valuable in a way that few understand. Your energy is a resource, and just like any valuable resource, there are forces that seek to harvest it for their own purposes. Some operate at a societal level, shaping systems to keep people distracted and drained. Others exist in unseen realms, feeding on emotions like fear, anger, and despair. The more unaware you are of this process, the easier it is for these forces to keep you trapped in an endless cycle of giving away your power. In the grand design of existence, energy is the true currency. While the world places value on money, status, and material wealth, the deeper reality is that whoever controls energy controls everything. Powerful individuals, institutions, and even entire belief systems operate by tapping into collective human energy. The more people they can influence, the more energy they gather. This is why attention has become the most sought-after commodity. Every moment of focus you give to external distractions, conflicts, and fear-based narratives strengthens the very systems that drain you. The key to breaking free is to recognize that energy is not something outside of you. It is you. When you reclaim control over your focus, you reclaim your power. Within this hidden structure, there exist two fundamental types of beings: energy predators and energy generators. Energy predators survive by taking from others, manipulating emotions, and creating situations where people unknowingly give up their power. They exist in various forms, from toxic relationships that leave you emotionally drained to larger structures designed to keep entire populations in a state of exhaustion. On the other hand, energy generators are those who have learned to cultivate and sustain their own energy. They do not depend on external validation or emotional reactions to feel alive. Instead, they exist in a state of awareness and inner power that cannot be easily manipulated. The difference between these two types is not determined by luck or genetics, but by choice, by the decision to take control of your energy rather than allowing it to be controlled. The most effective way energy is taken from people is not through direct force, but through willing consent. If someone or something can convince you to give your energy away, whether through fear, distraction, or attachment, it no longer needs to steal it from you. This is the hidden mechanism behind many of society's structures. People are trained to seek validation from external sources, keeping their energy constantly flowing outward. Social media algorithms are designed to keep you engaged and reactive, ensuring that your attention remains divided. The news cycle bombards you with fear-based narratives, keeping you in a state of emotional turmoil. Even the idea that success and happiness are tied to endless striving ensures that you remain locked in a system that demands more energy than it ever gives back. To understand why your energy is being stolen, you must first recognize how this process works. The world around you is not as it seems. What appears to be normal life is, in reality, a carefully constructed system designed to keep you from seeing your true power. But awareness changes everything. The moment you realize that your energy is the most valuable thing you possess, you begin to reclaim it. The war over energy is not won through struggle or resistance, but through clarity. The less you allow yourself to be controlled, the more powerful you become. This is the first step to breaking free from the unseen forces that have shaped your reality without your knowledge. Chapter 2. The 7 invisible laws that keep you trapped in energy loss. Most people feel drained without knowing why. They assume exhaustion comes from work, responsibilities, or lack of rest. But energy loss runs much deeper than physical fatigue. It is embedded in the very structure of reality. Hidden laws operate in the background, shaping your experience, dictating how you spend your energy, and keeping you in a constant state of depletion. These laws are not written in books, nor are they openly discussed, yet they govern every aspect of your energetic life. Understanding them is the first step to breaking free. The law of forced exchange. Every interaction in this world involves an exchange of energy. In an ideal state, this exchange is balanced. When you give, you also receive. But in reality, the world operates on forced exchange, a system where you are unknowingly made to give your energy away without fair return. This happens in many ways. Social structures demand your participation without offering real nourishment. You work for survival, yet the more you give, the less you seem to have. You engage in conversations that drain rather than uplift. Even entertainment, which seems harmless, often operates on this law, drawing you in, keeping you engaged, and leaving you with nothing in return except distraction. The greatest trick of forced exchange is that it convinces you that giving energy is your choice. But look deeper. Are you truly choosing where your energy goes, or are you simply following patterns set up for you? Until you see the imbalance, you cannot break it. The law of attention theft. Your attention is your power. Wherever you direct it, energy flows. But in a world designed to capture attention, most people are not in control of their own focus. Instead, it is stolen from them, bit by bit, through distractions, fears, and desires that are carefully placed in their path. Social media, news, and entertainment operate on this principle. The more you react, the more energy you give. Even conflicts, whether personal or global, pull you into an emotional investment, siphoning your power into things you have no control over. This is why fear is constantly pushed. Fear captures attention instantly, ensuring that energy is directed toward external systems rather than inward where it belongs. Attention theft is not just about distractions. It is about deliberate misdirection. You are led to believe that certain things matter when, in truth, they only serve to keep you energetically occupied. The key to breaking free is recognizing what truly deserves your focus and what is merely an illusion designed to harvest your energy. The law of frequency contracts. Every choice you make locks you into a specific energetic reality. What most people do not realize is that simply agreeing to live life the way it has been structured for them is itself an energetic contract. These contracts are not written in words, but in vibration. By accepting a particular lifestyle, belief system, or societal role, you unconsciously bind yourself to an energetic frequency that dictates how much power you can access. For example, society teaches that struggle is necessary, that to survive, you must work endlessly, chase goals, and accept stress as part of life. The moment you believe this, you sign an invisible contract that locks you into that experience. It becomes your reality because you have agreed to it energetically. The same applies to relationships, careers, and even health. If you accept limitation, it becomes real. If you believe success requires suffering, suffering will always be part of your journey. Until you question the frequency contracts you have unconsciously signed, you will remain bound to systems that drain rather than empower you. The law of emotional loops. Emotions are powerful, but they can also become traps. Most people do not experience new emotions daily. They recycle the same ones over and over, trapped in emotional loops that drain energy without offering growth. Consider how often you find yourself caught in the same worries, doubts, or frustrations. Even happiness, when dependent on external conditions, follows a repetitive cycle. Highs followed by inevitable lows. These loops keep you running on an energetic treadmill, constantly moving but never breaking free. What makes emotional loops so powerful is that they feel real. The body reacts to them, reinforcing the illusion that they must be true. But in reality, most emotions are simply patterns, programmed responses triggered by familiar situations. Breaking free requires seeing these emotions for what they are, habitual reactions rather than absolute truths. Once you recognize the pattern, you can step outside of it, reclaiming the energy lost to repetitive emotional states. The law of false light. Not all energy drains come from negative sources. Some of the biggest traps come disguised as light. Many spiritual movements, self-help teachings, and belief systems that promise empowerment are actually structured to keep you dependent on external guidance rather than activating your own inner power. This is the law of false light. The idea that as long as you follow a certain system, teacher, or method, you will find enlightenment or success. The truth is, anything that requires your continued participation to sustain itself is feeding off your energy. True wisdom empowers you to stand on your own, while false light keeps you constantly seeking. Many belief systems also work by shifting the focus outside yourself toward deities, higher beings, or cosmic forces, rather than showing you that the power has always been within. While external guidance can be useful, giving your energy to something outside yourself keeps you trapped in energetic servitude. The only real path to freedom is realizing that you do not need permission, validation, or an external source of power. You are already the source. These hidden laws function in the background of life, shaping how energy moves, who controls it, and why most people never realize they are constantly being drained. Before you can change anything, you must see the structure clearly. Until the invisible becomes visible, you will remain bound by laws you never agreed to. But the moment you recognize the system, you begin to break free. Not through struggle, but through awareness. Chapter 3. The Full Spectrum of Energy Theft. How your energy is being taken. Energy. Theft is not a single event or a simple process. It is a system that works on multiple levels: physical, emotional, mental, and even spiritual. Every day, forces seen and unseen drain energy from you in ways so subtle that you rarely notice. Understanding these mechanisms is essential if you wish to reclaim your power. It is not enough to know that energy theft exists. You must see exactly how it happens in every aspect of your life. Physical drain. Your physical body is the foundation of your energy. If it is weakened, your entire system becomes vulnerable. Many factors in modern life suppress rather than nourish your energy, making you easier to control and influence. Food, for example, should be a source of life force. But much of what people consume today is designed to deplete rather than sustain. Processed foods, artificial ingredients, and chemical additives lower your vibration and dull your awareness. Even the way food is grown and prepared, genetically modified, irradiated, or stripped of nutrients, ensures that you receive less energy than you give when digesting it. The result? Chronic fatigue, brain fog, and a dependence on external stimulants, like caffeine, just to feel normal. Toxins in the environment further drain energy. Heavy metals in water, pesticides in food, and pollutants in the air slowly accumulate in your system, disrupting your natural energetic flow. Meanwhile, electromagnetic radiation from cell phones, Wi-Fi, and electronic devices interferes with your body's bioelectrical field, weakening your natural defenses. The modern world is filled with invisible forces that subtly deplete your vitality, making you more susceptible to manipulation and control. Emotional harvesting. Emotions are one of the most powerful sources of energy in existence. This is why they are constantly being manipulated and harvested. Every time you feel fear, guilt, anger, or despair, you generate an enormous amount of energy. But where does it go? It is not simply felt and released. It is collected and redirected. Fear is one of the most valuable forms of harvested energy. This is why the world is designed to keep you in a constant state of worry about money, health, security, and the future. The more fear you feel, the more energy you unconsciously give away. Social systems thrive on this principle. The news cycle operates by feeding endless anxiety. ensuring that your focus remains on problems you cannot control rather than the energy within you. Guilt is another tool of emotional harvesting. When you feel guilty about past actions, personal shortcomings, or even societal issues, you enter a state of energetic self-punishment. Instead of using your energy to grow and evolve, it gets trapped in endless self-blame. Many belief systems use guilt to keep people in an emotional prison, ensuring that they never rise above a certain energetic threshold. Social drama also acts as an energy extraction mechanism. Whether it's personal conflicts, online arguments, or political divisions, emotional investment in these distractions keeps you locked in a cycle of constant energetic output. The more you react, the more you give away. The solution is not to suppress emotions, but to become aware of where your emotional energy is going and whether it is truly serving you. Mental manipulation. Your mind is one of your most powerful tools, but it is also one of the most targeted. The way you think, what you believe, and how you perceive reality have all been carefully shaped by forces that benefit from your unconscious participation. Mental manipulation ensures that your energy flows in a predetermined direction, preventing you from realizing your full power. From birth, you are conditioned with limiting beliefs that make you doubt your own potential. You are told that life is hard, that success requires struggle, that happiness is external, and that power belongs to those with wealth or authority. These beliefs act as mental programs that direct your energy away from self-mastery and towards systems designed to control you. False realities are also a major source of energy leakage. Many people live within illusions created for them rather than experiencing reality directly. Whether it's the illusion of time, constantly rushing toward an artificial future, the illusion of status, seeking validation through material success, or the illusion of separation, believing oneself to be alone in the universe. These constructs keep you trapped in a cycle of chasing rather than being. Until you question the mental structures that shape your reality, your mind will continue to leak energy into ideas and systems that do not serve you. Astral and spiritual theft energy. Theft is not limited to the physical and mental worlds. There are forces beyond ordinary perception that actively extract spiritual energy from those who are unaware. Many ancient traditions speak of entities that feed on human consciousness. Yet this knowledge has been suppressed in modern times. These non-physical beings thrive on low-frequency emotions, which is why fear, despair, and suffering are constantly reinforced in society. Every time you enter a state of deep fear or sadness, you open an energetic doorway through which these entities can siphon your energy. They do not need physical contact. They exist in dimensions beyond the five senses, drawing power directly from your vibrational state. Artificial thought forms also act as energy drains. These are collective belief systems, or egregores, energetic structures formed by human thought that take on a life of their own. Religions, political ideologies, and even fandoms create massive energetic constructs that require constant input to sustain themselves. When millions of people believe in something collectively, it becomes a self-sustaining force that continuously feeds on their energy. Synthetic and digital extraction. The rise of digital technology has introduced a new form of energy theft, one that operates through attention hijacking. Social media, artificial intelligence, and digital systems have been carefully designed to capture and hold your focus for as long as possible. Every time you scroll, click, or engage with content, you are not simply consuming information, you are giving away energy. Algorithms are built to create addiction, ensuring that you stay locked in an endless loop of stimulation. Notifications, likes, and comments trigger dopamine responses, keeping you engaged without ever feeling fulfilled. The more time you spend in this digital trance, the more your energy is extracted. Artificial intelligence further amplifies this process. AI-driven content is designed to predict and manipulate your behavior, ensuring that you remain dependent on digital systems rather than your own intuition. Over time, this weakens your natural ability to focus, create, and connect with reality, turning you into a passive consumer rather than an active energy generator. These mechanisms of energy theft operate simultaneously, ensuring that energy is extracted from you on every level. Until you recognize exactly how your energy is being taken, you cannot begin to reclaim it. Awareness is the first step. Only when you see the system clearly can you start to break free from it. Chapter 4. The 4 stages of energy drain and how to recognize them. Energy theft does not happen all at once. It unfolds in stages, often so subtly that by the time a person realizes what is happening, they are already deeply drained. These stages progress from minor energetic imbalances to a complete collapse of vitality and purpose. Recognizing them early is crucial because once energy reaches critical depletion, reversing the damage becomes significantly harder. Each stage represents a deeper level of energy loss, and if left unchecked, the drain intensifies. Awareness of these signs allows you to detect energy theft before it takes control of your life. Stage 1. The subtle shift. The first warning signs that most people ignore. Energy theft often begins in ways that seem insignificant. You might notice slight fatigue, brain fog, or lack of motivation. These early symptoms are not random. They are signals that something is interfering with your natural energy flow. However, because they are mild, they are easy to dismiss. One of the key signs at this stage is mental sluggishness. You may find it harder to concentrate, make decisions, or remember things clearly. This is not because you are getting older or simply having an off day. It is a direct sign that your energy is being siphoned. Another indicator is an unexplainable lack of enthusiasm. Activities that once brought joy or inspiration suddenly feel dull. This happens because external forces are subtly weakening your inner light, making it harder to connect with your natural vibrational state. Physical symptoms may also begin at this stage. Frequent yawning, eye strain, or feeling drained even after a full night's sleep are red flags. The body senses the depletion before the conscious mind does. If ignored, this stage will progress to deeper levels of energy loss. Stage 2. The emotional roller coaster, when energy theft begins to control your emotions. As energy loss deepens, emotions become unstable. This is a crucial stage where outside forces actively manipulate your emotional state to extract more energy. You may notice that you go from feeling fine to anxious, irritated, or overwhelmed for no clear reason. These sudden emotional swings are not just mood changes, they are signs of external interference. At this stage, negative emotions feel exaggerated and harder to control. A minor inconvenience might trigger intense frustration. A small worry could spiral into full-blown anxiety. This is because energy parasites thrive on strong emotions, especially fear, anger, guilt, and sadness. Relationships also become a battleground. You may find yourself more reactive to people's words and actions, getting pulled into unnecessary arguments, or feeling emotionally drained after certain interactions. This is not accidental. Energy vampires, both human and non-human, instinctively provoke emotional responses to feed on your energy. Another key sign is a deep sense of being watched or influenced. You may feel like your thoughts are not entirely your own, or that unseen forces are pushing you towards certain behaviors. This is because, at this stage, your energy field has become compromised, making it easier for external entities to implant thoughts or emotions that do not belong to you. Stage 3. The reality breakdown. Energy loss begins manifesting in the physical world. At this stage, energy depletion starts affecting external reality. People experiencing this level of energy drain often notice a series of misfortunes, not because of bad luck, but because their vibrational frequency has dropped to a level where chaos begins to manifest. You may encounter unexpected financial struggles, relationship breakdowns, or sudden obstacles that seem to appear out of nowhere. Plans fall apart, synchronicities become negative rather than positive, and life feels increasingly difficult. This is because your low energy state attracts low vibrational circumstances, pulling you deeper into a cycle of depletion. A person at this stage may also feel completely disconnected from their intuition, whereas before, inner guidance felt strong and reliable. Now it feels silent. Decision-making becomes harder, and a deep sense of confusion and disorientation sets in. The world no longer feels supportive. It feels hostile, unpredictable, and draining. Physical symptoms worsen as well. The immune system weakens, leading to frequent illnesses. The body feels heavier, as though movement requires extra effort. Sleep disturbances become common, with frequent nightmares, insomnia, or waking up exhausted. This is because, at this stage, energy theft is occurring even during sleep, making true rest impossible. Stage 4, the quantum collapse, the extreme point where people lose purpose and vitality. If energy drain reaches this final stage, a person's entire reality collapses. At this point, energy levels are so low that there is little left to sustain passion, creativity, or even the will to live. Depression, apathy, and deep existential despair take hold. Life feels meaningless, and no action seems to change anything. This is the level where people begin to detach from their soul's purpose. Instead of feeling connected to something greater, they feel lost and directionless. Many describe this stage as a sense of being hollow or numb, unable to feel excitement or hope for the future. At this stage, some people completely surrender to external control. They become passive, letting life happen to them rather than taking charge. Others seek destructive ways to regain energy through toxic relationships, addictions, or extreme behaviors, all of which only accelerate the collapse. On an energetic level, the light within them dims, making it harder to break free. Unseen forces fully take advantage at this point, feeding off what little life force remains. If this stage is reached, intervention is necessary, either through a powerful wake-up call or a drastic shift in consciousness. Early warning systems. How to sense and stop energy theft. Before it escalates, preventing energy drain requires developing inner awareness. The earlier you recognize the signs, the easier it is to stop the process before it becomes severe. One of the first tools is tracking your energy shifts. Pay attention to when you feel unexpectedly tired, emotionally reactive, or mentally foggy. Ask yourself, what was I doing before this happened? Who was I interacting with? What was I focusing on? Another crucial method is reclaiming control over your attention. If something constantly drains you, whether it's certain people, activities, or digital distractions, it is a sign that energy is being siphoned. Learning to withdraw attention from what does not serve you is one of the most powerful ways to cut off energy theft. Developing energetic boundaries is also essential. Protecting your space, both physically and spiritually, prevents outside forces from accessing your life force without permission. This includes being mindful of the environments you enter, the media you consume, and the people you allow into your life. By becoming highly sensitive to the first stage of energy drain, you can prevent the later stages from ever unfolding. The key is not just to notice these signs, but to act the moment they appear, cutting off the energy leak before it can grow into something more destructive. Chapter 5. The Hidden Time Loops. How your energy is trapped in past and future versions of you. Your energy is not just being drained in the present moment. It is being stolen across time, trapped in past decisions, and projected into imagined futures. Most people unknowingly scatter their life force across different timelines, leaving only a fraction of their energy available in the now. This creates an invisible prison where, instead of living fully in the present, people are bound by what was and what could be. One of the biggest ways energy is lost is through the weight of past experiences. Every decision you have ever made carries energy. Choices that were made in alignment with your truth keep your energy intact, but the ones made from fear, guilt, or external pressure leave fragments of your power behind. Think of regrets that still linger in your mind, painful memories that seem impossible to let go of, or unresolved situations that continue to drain you emotionally. These are not just psychological burdens, they are energetic leaks. Each time you revisit a past experience with regret or emotional turmoil, you are unknowingly feeding energy back into that moment, strengthening its hold over you. It is as if part of your consciousness is still living in that old experience, unable to move forward. This is why some people feel stuck in cycles they cannot break. Their energy is still trapped in an outdated version of themselves. The same problem occurs with the future. Many people project large amounts of energy into imagined scenarios, worrying about what may happen, fearing uncertainty, or trying to control outcomes. When you constantly think about the future, whether in anxiety, fear, or obsessive planning, you are leaking your energy forward into a timeline that does not even exist yet. This creates what can be called a future energy debt, where your present moment power is drained by an illusion. Think about how many times you have been paralyzed by thoughts of what if, or how often you feel exhausted simply from worrying about things that haven't happened. This is because your energy is being siphoned into a future version of you that you may never become. The more you engage in this habit, the less power you have to shape your reality in the now. But what if all the energy you've left behind, whether in past regrets or future worries, could be reclaimed? The present moment is the only place where you have full control over your energy. Yet most people operate with only a fraction of their power because their energy is stretched across multiple versions of themselves, from childhood traumas to future anxieties. To reclaim your energy, you must become aware of where it has been lost. If a memory still triggers strong emotions, it means part of you is still living in that past moment. If a future scenario causes you stress, it means your energy is already invested in a reality that hasn't even happened. These time loops are not just mental distractions. They are powerful, energetic chains that keep you bound to experiences outside of the present. Breaking free from these loops requires consciously calling back your energy. This does not mean ignoring the past or neglecting the future, but rather withdrawing the power you have unknowingly given away. One of the ways to do this is through deep awareness, acknowledging where your energy feels stuck and mentally retrieving it. Every time you feel emotionally pulled toward a past experience, you can reclaim your energy by saying internally, "This moment is complete. I reclaim my energy now." The same goes for future anxieties. When worry begins to drain you, shift your awareness back to the now and affirm, "My energy belongs in the present." Beyond reclaiming lost energy, there is another level, collapsing outdated timelines altogether. There are versions of you that no longer serve who you are becoming, yet they still hold pieces of your energy. For example, the version of you that once lived in fear may still exist as an echo in your consciousness, subtly influencing your present reality. Until you recognize and release it, that version continues to drain energy, keeping you aligned with old patterns. Imagine your energy as a series of paths. Some lead to expansion, while others keep you in loops of repetition. When you choose to let go of outdated versions of yourself, you collapse those old paths, reclaiming all the energy that was once lost in them. This is not just about healing, it is about rewriting your entire vibrational reality. But beyond simply escaping past and future traps, there is a higher state of mastery, creating a timeline where energy theft never existed. This happens when you fully reclaim your energy and direct it with intention. When your focus remains entirely in the present, your energy becomes inaccessible to external forces. You are no longer feeding past wounds, nor are you leaking power into future worries. Instead, you stand as a sovereign being, fully charged and in control of your reality. Mastering time in this way means understanding that the past and future are not external forces controlling you. They are simply reflections of where you have placed your energy. When you withdraw from time loops and focus all your energy into the now, you become untouchable. Reality no longer pulls you in different directions. You dictate the direction. This is the key to true energetic freedom. Retrieving all lost power, collapsing outdated version of yourself, and stepping fully into the now. When you achieve this, energy theft no longer affects you, because you are no longer a fragmented being. You are whole, sovereign, and fully aligned with your highest reality. Chapter 6. The Quantum Sovereignty Blueprint. Reclaiming and protecting your energy. Energy is the foundation of all existence. Every thought, emotion, and action you take is powered by your life force. However, in the modern world, energy theft is not only widespread, it is systematically embedded into nearly every aspect of life. Without realizing it, most people exist in a state of constant energy leakage, losing their power to external forces, distractions, and hidden mechanisms designed to siphon their life force. True sovereignty is not just about reclaiming stolen energy. It is about becoming untouchable, where your energy is fully under your command, protected and amplified to its highest potential. This is the Quantum Sovereignty Blueprint, a complete system for energy recovery, protection, and mastery. Energy is stolen across multiple dimensions: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Many people think energy theft only happens in obvious ways, like feeling drained after a long day or an exhausting conversation. But in reality, energy loss occurs in subtle yet constant ways, leaving most people in a weakened state without even knowing it. The first step towards sovereignty is identifying where your energy has been taken and calling it back. On the physical level, energy is drained through poor diet, environmental toxins, and exposure to artificial frequencies. Processed foods, chemical-laden water, and electromagnetic pollution lower the body's natural vibrational frequency, making it harder to generate and sustain life force. Restoring physical energy requires conscious choices. Eating whole, high vibrational foods, limiting exposure to radiation, and engaging in practices like grounding, sunlight exposure, and deep breathing to rebuild the body's energetic foundation. At the emotional level, energy theft happens when emotions are manipulated through fear, guilt, and anxiety. Every time you are trapped in an emotional loop, whether through media, relationships, or past traumas, you are unknowingly feeding a system that thrives on your distress. The key to reclaiming this energy is emotional mastery. Learning to observe emotions without being controlled by them. Instead of reacting impulsively, you must transmute these energies, allowing them to pass through you while keeping your life force intact. The mental level is where the deepest programming occurs. Most people do not realize that their thoughts are not entirely their own. Over years of conditioning, society instills limiting beliefs, false realities, and fear-based narratives that trap the mind in a cycle of compliance and doubt. When you believe in limitations, you automatically give away your energy. Breaking free requires deep deprogramming, questioning everything, removing inherited beliefs, and consciously choosing thoughts that empower rather than weaken you. On the spiritual level, energy loss occurs through unseen forces, parasitic thought forms, non-physical entities, and unconscious agreements that keep individuals bound to lower frequencies. Many spiritual teachings, rather than liberating people, unknowingly place them in a system where their energy is extracted in subtle ways. Reclaiming stolen spiritual energy requires energetic clearing, cord cutting, and standing in full sovereignty, where no external force has permission to feed on your life force. Once energy is retrieved, the next step is to ensure it is no longer accessible to external forces. Most people walk through life with open energy fields, unknowingly allowing their power to be tapped into by anything that resonates with their frequency. Just like a computer system requires encryption to prevent hacking, your energy field needs energetic encryption to prevent attachments, leaks, and interference. Energetic encryption is about coding your energy field with a frequency that is impenetrable. If your energy is scattered, weak, or filled with emotional chaos, it becomes an easy target. But when your energy is stable, coherent, and vibrating at a high frequency, it becomes impossible for external forces to hook into it. This is done through daily energetic reinforcement, setting clear boundaries, and commanding full ownership of your life force. A simple but powerful technique is to declare energetic sovereignty every day. My energy is mine alone. No external force has permission to enter, siphon, or manipulate my life force. I seal my field with the highest frequency of my sovereign power. By consistently reinforcing this energetic barrier, your field becomes self-sustaining and unbreakable. While protection is essential, true mastery is about expansion. A weak energy field is easily influenced, but a strong, fully expanded field becomes a force of nature. When your magnetic field is powerful, you do not need to defend yourself. Your energy naturally repels interference and attracts what aligns with your highest state. Expanding your magnetic field requires practices that generate and store life force energy. Breathwork, sunlight exposure, movement, and holding high-frequency emotions all contribute to the expansion of your energetic field. When your field is fully expanded, you do not chase energy, You generate it effortlessly. One of the greatest secrets to energy sovereignty is transmutation, the ability to turn a negative energy into raw power. Most people believe they must avoid or fight negative forces, but the true path is alchemy. Every emotion, challenge, or attack can be transformed into pure, life force energy when properly directed. Fear is raw energy trapped in distortion. Instead of suppressing it, breathe into it, absorb its intensity, and redirect it into action. Anger is power waiting to be channeled. When controlled, it becomes motivation, clarity, and decisive action. Sadness is depth of experience. When embraced, it transforms into wisdom and expansion. The key is non-resistance. Instead of rejecting energy, you own it, absorb it, and turn it into something greater. The final stage of energy sovereignty is moving beyond protection altogether. Most people think energy mastery is about defending against attacks, but true masters radiate so much power that nothing can even approach them. At this level, you no longer fear energy theft because you are generating limitless energy. You no longer engage in battles because your field dissolves interference before it reaches you. You no longer seek external validation because you operate from your own inner source. You become untouchable, not because you are fighting forces, but because you are the force itself. This is quantum sovereignty, where your energy is yours alone, unshakable, and infinitely expanding. Once you reach this state, you exit the game of energy manipulation and step into full mastery over your reality. Conclusion: energy is the foundation of everything you experience. When you reclaim your power, you are no longer a pawn in the unseen war for energy. You become the master of your reality. Sovereignty is not just about protection, it is about stepping into your full potential, where no force can drain you and no illusion can bind you. The moment you take back your energy, you shift from being controlled to being the creator. The question is, will you claim what has always been yours? If you're ready to step into full energy mastery, declare it now. Type, "I reclaim my power," in the comments to signal your shift to the universe. And if this message resonated with you, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. This is only the beginning of your transformation. Stay tuned for more revelations that will awaken your limitless potential.